What is up, everyone? Wanted to come on here and try to shed some light and get away from all the negativity around this team throughout the week after that tough loss against the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau 38-10. It feels like it's been a lot of finger pointing from coaching staff to players, and I wanted to be the guy who comes on here and instills some confidence and belief in this team because, after all, we're supposed to be the faithful, right? So but there is stuff to look forward to, and I just think we're kind of overlooking some of it, so I'm going to try to point some of that out. That game against Green Bay was obviously, it was going to be tough. I was hoping they were going to get it done one way or another because I know they really needed a win, but after seeing how Brandon Allen was playing, and it's not really all his fault, the whole team as a whole didn't play well, but you can kind of see the contrast in quarterback quality with Brock Purdy. No offense to Brandon Allen, he hasn't really played much, so that doesn't help either. But I think that definitely helps solidify Brock Purdy's payday, so he deserves it. If you think Brock Purdy should not get paid a lot of money, then you're just being ignorant at that point. Brock Purdy has been able to mask a lot of the 49ers' problems, and it showed in that Green Bay game. I'm not saying if he was in there we would have won, but I can probably tell you with 100% certainty that if Brock Purdy was playing, this team would have put up more than 10 points. So expect Brock Purdy to definitely get the bag because that helped his case out for sure. The defense, look, guys, this 49ers team has lost amazing defensive coordinators over the years, Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, and these are guys that they bring up from in-house like D'Amico Ryans, and eventually the well might run a little dry with DCs of that caliber. Now, D'Amico Ryan's first year as a defensive coordinator wasn't perfect by any means, but we saw what he did after that, and just absolutely amazing. But I think if this team was able to hold on to its DCs, the defense would have been better, whether it's Robert Saleh or D'Amico Ryans. But you want these guys, you want to help out their careers, obviously, and head coaching jobs in the NFL. It's amazing. That's the ultimate pinnacle in coaching in the NFL. So, but just like Nick Sorensen, new DC, first rodeo show with this. When you're a Super Bowl contender, I don't know if getting a guy that's never necessarily done that role before is a good idea. So we'll see what happens. I think if he can finish out the year strong, I think he can possibly keep his job, but wouldn't be surprised if they move on from him if the production ends. Losing Steve Wilks was actually a downfall. Steve Wilks held opponents 11 different games last season, shutting them down in the fourth quarter 11 different times. What are we having trouble with right now? We can't shut down teams in the fourth quarter, which is why we've lost against divisional games that we should have won because we're allowing teams to come back. So I think if Steve Wilks was still around, these are games that we probably would have won if we had his services. Who knows? Positives, Greenlaw's back at practice. He's looking good. He broke the huddle today, and I think the guys are going to be pumped to have him, as we learned. I can't think right now. Fred Warner, been playing on a broken ankle. Can you believe that? That man is a true leader. I don't know too many people that would still be playing when they have a fracture. What worries me is that if you keep playing on it, is it going to get worse? God forbid it gets worse. If the 49ers do make it to the playoffs, then what? He has to keep playing on it then? So it's just like you can shoot him up as much as you want to diminish the pain, but gosh, it's rough. It's rough. I think if we come to a point where the Niners do not have a playoff chance, I think they're definitely going to shut them down. But hopefully we do have a playoff chance. I don't know if Trent's going to play. They said he was moving around on a scooter. Maybe he will play. Maybe that's just to stay off of it so it heals quicker, or he's actually in that much trouble. Not too much about Bosa. Didn't practice. Purdy was, I think, only threw one ball today or something. He was doing a light throwing yesterday, but if I honestly, guys, I'm gonna keep it real. I think he's gonna play. I just think they're just trying to let that shoulder get as much rest as possible, stay off of it as much as possible. So by the time Sunday comes around, he's at least healthy enough to give it a go. What else do I got here? Analytics. I don't know if you guys have caught wind, but 18% chance for the 49ers to make it to the playoffs after that loss to Green Bay. Guys, forget about the analytics. The only reason why it's like that is because we have the Bills and the Lions against the schedule. Now, I know those are two games that the Niners are not favored in by any stretch of the imagination, but the 49ers have a chance to do something great here. We're talking about the best team in the AFC other than the Ravens. And the Lions are arguably the best team in the whole league. What if the Niners go out and beat both those teams? No, let's just start slow. What if the Niners go out and beat the Bills on Sunday? Why isn't it possible? They have the players for it, even with some injuries. Think about it. The Niners have not been playing the way they should be. But you cannot deny the fact that they have the players to do it. They just need to show up. Christian McCaffrey, this will be his 4th game back. Hopefully all the rust is broken off. Throw a little surprise out there. Inclement weather, they're going to run the ball a lot. If there's one downfall about the Bills' defense, it's against the run. Maybe Kyle Shanahan will start to use Mason and Grando more. We'll just have to wait and see. So don't lose faith. Why not? The Kittle's going to be out there. I know Fred's been playing on a broken leg. His production's been down, but he's still going to go out there contributing. The one that scares me is Deommodore Lenoir. I think he's going to be a game-time decision. But they still got dogs out there. So let's just say the Niners do beat the Bills. The whole narrative behind this team is going to change. And if they beat the Lions, everyone's going to think that they're a real Super Bowl contender at that point. The Niners basically have a real chance to change the entire narrative behind them. I don't want to try to get into the play. Okay, of course I want to play easy teams as much as possible because that keeps the team probably healthier because they don't have to beat themselves up all the time. I mean, granted, it's football at the end of the day. Everyone's professionals, but hey, we're already in a tough situation. Why not go out there and try to prove to the world that we still are that team? The Bills, the Lions, it gets kind of easy in between them, and then we finish off with the Cardinals. Like if we're gonna go down, I want to go down swinging, and I want to go down swinging against teams that are contenders like the Bills and the Lions. Let's go out there and show them, like, yeah, we've been struggling. Excuse my language, but we're still those motherfucking guys. Like, we're still those bad motherfuckers. And this is a real chance to do it, and I hope they go out there and shock everybody. Let me see what else I got here. I know the 49ers haven't been firing on all cylinders after the bye, but, I mean, they beat the Bucs, but special teams has almost costed the game. But maybe this is where they start firing all cylinders. I think these guys want it. These guys, I'm pretty sure, stare at the division standings or already took a good look at it and think there's a real chance here. Like, it almost feels like the football gods are like, look, I don't want you guys going out like this. I'm like, the window's tight. It's tight. Cardinals have a couple tough games. Rams have a couple tough games. Seattle still has a couple tough games. Like, those teams are not going to win out. I highly doubt that. If the Niners can just win enough, despite going against the Bills and the Lions, if they can at least win one of those, they have a real chance here. Because I believe that they can beat the Bears, the Rams, and the Dolphins. I really do. And I believe they will beat the Cardinals to end the season, especially if they really need it. So they've proven themselves when their back's against the wall like they did in the playoffs last year. And their backs are against the wall. But we need Purdy out there. And I truly believe he's going to play. So I'll leave it at there, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to shed some light and not point the finger so much. This team is going to be fine despite injuries. Players come back. Some players leave. Like, this team, because the division is so tight, it's not over yet. So why act like it is? You know, there's 6 games left. We're 1 game away from being at the top of the division. Like, why? Why give up? Because we're playing the big, scary Bills? Yeah, I respect them. But, like, come on. If you want any hopes to win championships, you have to go through teams like them. This is a good opportunity to go out there and watch what this team is really made out of. Get excited. They have the players. Don't act like this is a team full of nobodies. They have the players. Kyle and Nick Sorensen just needs to dial it up. They need to just get it right. This team has done good in inclement weather, like we did against Green Bay a couple years back in times past. They can do it. Those same guys have played in inclement weather. So don't freak out. It's going to be good. And don't act like it's a for sure lock for the Bills. Yeah, I know they're coming off a bye. I get it. I hate that. That's the 4th. Is this the 3rd or 4th time already? I know there's 4 games that we're playing against teams off their bye. But damn, guys, we still got dogs in this team. Come on. Get fired up. I'll talk to you guys soon.